Meeting that man and being introduced to his light and his information changed my entire world. I built a successful 7-figure business in just 7 months. I created a persona, a version of myself who was a millionaire. And I believed wholeheartedly after a few months of self-concept and identity work that I could become the millionaire version of myself. I did $18 million in revenue in under 2 years. Has this last 5 years been all rainbows and sunshine? No, it has not. 2022 was the hardest year of my life since being in this work. I experienced a separation of my marriage, a deterioration of my team, and an emergency lung surgery from all the repressed grief that I didn't allow myself to feel in those moments. But what I can tell you about this contrast, about that year in my life, is that it has prepared me for the woman that is sitting here in front of you today. I've received multiple awards and accolades and trips and accomplishments, but these are not the things that make me so fulfilled. These are not the things that make me so happy. Those things that actually bring me true peace, true love, true joy into my life are the connections that I have with myself and with others, my ability to serve people through this work, and to step into the real version of me that lies within. We have people who have made millions and millions of dollars. We have people who have quantum leaped their life, who have manifested awards and accolades and #1 best-selling books. We have people that are making a significant difference in this world because they're choosing to become an elevated version of them. The biggest thing that I can tell you right now, and the biggest learning from this journey, is please do not underestimate yourself. Please dream bigger and choose grander. And I want to say thank you for joining me, for choosing you, and for allowing me to be the vessel that guides you towards the light that you are being drawn to in this moment. Only love and gratitude, Kathleen.
Well, hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. We're going to talk about a little bit more about money today, but we know that it's not about the money. It's about who you become in the receivership of the money. And so I hope that you're really, really learning that, if you are wanting more abundance and prosperity in your life, you are the vessel with which you will bring that into your life. So instead of trying to seek the right business, the right opportunity, to meet the right person, whatever that is, we're going to realize that it's all within ourselves. And so in allowing yourself to become a vibrational match, that's how you bring it all in. So I'm super, super excited to be here and so grateful for everybody and all the love. After day one of these events, I always experience, or I'm just closing down all my emails and stuff so it stops dinging at me. I always experience like the day of these live events, I just sit for the rest of the day and I just observe and I just get to see. And what's so beautiful is like, I just get to observe how much the team has shifted from the live event. Every time we do a live event, we all grow as a team for sure. But it's also what I get to see from all of you. So it's the tags and the comments and the DMs and the emails that come in and the shares. So many of you shared your thank you letter to money with me. And so I got to sit there last night and just receive it all and just see it all and soak it all in. And it is probably the most inspiring thing about what I get to do with this work is seeing other people literally shifting moment by moment from something that I get to do every day, to come up here and to just give value and just to talk about what I love. And then to get to see that ripple effect for the rest of the day. It's just really beautiful and it just fills me up so much. And the reason I'm saying this is because I want each and every one of you to understand that money is something that will come to you based on your exchange, based on your call to good, based on what service it is that you're putting out for the world. And so when you're really, really deeply connected and aligned with what it is that you do, and you love it, and you're passionate about it, and you want to see people grow or to get what they want, it's how the universe then responds to you, right? Like if you aren't loving what you're doing and you're displeased with it and you're in a state of anger about it or frustration about it or whatever, like the universe is like, no, we're not going to send it that way. So it's literally the law of compensation. So I'll talk about that a little bit today when we get to identity. But I just want you to all see that like the creative mechanism that is you is all based on how you see you and your value and your worth and what you can do in this world. And so I just want each of you to just let those things that you think aren't good about you go, and to really allow yourself to be able to receive it. So we'll go into identity a lot today, actually, and the importance of stepping into a new identity. And of course, we'll give you a way to do that too. But anyway, so welcome back. We're only going to be here for 2 hours. I have a song that we're going to end with today. I've never played this song on a live event before. It's very emotional. But I actually think that it's the perfect message to coincide with money, because money becomes such an emotional thing for us. We actually tie so much focused attention, thought, feeling, action towards money. It is the one resource that we are the most attached to, that is probably the most abundant. It is literally infinite. It is never ending. And we can't grasp that idea. For us, it's not. And so we get too attached. So I know that reprogramming the subconscious mind occurs through emotion, the fastest way possible, through emotion. So when we can apply that feeling to a new idea, we reprogram. So if you are going to avoid any emotional parts of this journey, you're avoiding the reprogramming that you actually want. So please just feel as much as you can today, tomorrow, over the next week, and allow yourself to release what needs to be released and accept what needs to be accepted, and allow what is the truth of who you are. So you're gonna love the song, but it is very emotional and it's really, really beautiful, and it'll change you if you let it change you. Anyways, I want to remind you all about my beautiful team that is here to support you. So I got a lot of DMs and a lot of questions from people yesterday about the replay landing page and the email. So for whatever reason, and I don't know why, a lot of the emails are going to your junk, or they're not even making it to your inbox at all. So I just say they get lost in cyberspace. So from our end, it shows that the replay email was sent to you. We can see like delivery confirmation, but then you aren't getting nothing. So it might not be in your inbox. It might not be in your junk mail. Yeah, it's weird, Bree. Can't explain it. Don't understand why, but you're here. You can still do the homework. You can still see on the YouTube channel is the guided visualization. Everything you need was already discussed and talked about. So don't worry about it if you don't get the email. But if you can find an email from us and just mark it as safe, and that should work. If you've ever opted out of emails, we'll never be able to email you. So you have to opt back in. So you could try that. But just reach out to the team if you're not getting our stuff. I think that's the best way to sort it out, is to have a chat with whoever it is on my team that supports you. We can get it resolved and we can get it sorted. But the beautiful thing is just to go with the flow, and just let it be. I guess I wasn't supposed to get that email. It does not mean that you're not supposed to do the homework though. Don't be going and using that little, don't go using that little sign there, because this is what the ego will do, is it'll avoid things. Oh, well, I didn't get the email. It's a sign I shouldn't do the work. Oh, okay, then let's fall for that one. No, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, reach out to your manifestation mentor on my team, please. They have been talking to so many of you, and so many of you are really, really inspired. So many of you are allowing yourself to desire more money, which I'm so happy to hear, because if you do not desire it, you'll never have it. So I'm so grateful that you're allowing yourself to want it. And then the other thing too, I'm so proud of is every single one of those letters. I've been taking little bits from your letters and going, oh, that was so good. Oh, that was so good. Oh, that was so good. So if you haven't read any of the other letters, highly encourage you to go to the Manifested with Kathleen Cameron Facebook group, go in there and just start looking at the most recent posts. There is some beautiful, fantastic thank you letters to money in there that are powerful and beautiful. And then I had a lot of you DM me them too. So that was okay too. But they're fabulous. So congratulations for doing the work. Congratulations for being committed. I want you to really honor yourself, celebrate yourself, to really allow yourself to celebrate being you and to celebrate taking action and doing something for you. That energy of pride and accomplishment, they are higher vibrational frequencies, and then shame and guilt are on the bottom. Okay, so shame and guilt is right on the bottom. If you can, please let go of any shame or guilt. There is nothing to be ashamed of, and there is nothing to feel guilty for doing or not doing. Okay, so let's let go of shame. I don't know that I've talked about this example before, but I carried shame about my body my whole life. So it was with me all the time, every single day. And how do I know that? Because getting dressed in the morning, it wasn't like looking through a closet of incredible clothes and being like, ooh, which one of these beautiful outfits do I want to wear today? It was literally like, nothing looks good on me. I have nothing to wear. And so getting dressed in the morning felt like a struggle. Anyways, so after about, I'm going to say by the time he said this, 6 months, I was maybe 6 months in this work. So not a long time. The very first time I met Bob, I went to his studio. I manifested going to his studio in Toronto, Canada, and I went to go get my my pins from him, my silver pin and my gold pin. And when I walked into his studio, he had a thought about me. I could feel it. You know when somebody thinks something? He had a thought about me. He didn't tell me what it was. I didn't say anything. I just let it go. And then when he wrote the foreword for my book, he phoned me and he said to me, Kathleen, I want to tell you, I had a thought about you the first time that I met you. And I went, oh, I knew you thought something. I felt it. And he said, well, I want to tell you what that thought is today. And he didn't put it in the foreword. He said, I didn't put this in the foreword of your book, but I wanted to tell you personally. And I said, okay. He said, the thought that I had was this was the first time. And he was 80, he would have been 86 when I met him. I think he may be 87. He said, this is the first time in my life that I was in contact with a woman in a larger stature body where she wasn't carrying the energy of shame or guilt for her body size in like 80 something years. So you don't have to carry the shame or the guilt, okay? About whatever it is, whether it's related to your body or your business or your work or your success or your parenting skills, just let it go. Maybe just practice it for one day first and see how it goes, letting go of the shame. What if I'm not going to feel guilty today? What if I'm not going to be ashamed of myself today? What if I'm just going to try it on for one day, practice, see how it goes. But remember that bottom rung here of that, if you look at Stephen Hawking's scale, the lowest is shame and guilt. And then what's back up here? Pride, accomplishment, self-love, right? So the more that you live in the pride, the accomplishment, the joy of being you, the more the shame just goes away, right? Because there's no room for it in your mind. That's how I see it. It's like if I'm filling my mind with positive thoughts about me, there's no room for the negative crap. So you know what I've been doing actually before I go to bed at night, the past like 4 or 5 days, I've been laying in bed and I just lay there and I think to myself, oh my God, Kathleen, I love you. I love you, Kathleen. You're incredible, Kathleen. And I've just been saying that to myself. Oh, sorry, David Hawkins. When I say Stephen, oops, my bad. Is there someone called Stephen Hawking's? Oh my God, you guys. Don't take me serious, please. Don't take me too serious. Joke around with me. Be in the state of flow. Don't be offended. Anyways, okay. I love you all so much. Okay, so what I want to talk about today, I'm going to do the prayer real quick. I'm going to talk about the last 2 steps in this beautiful 5-step sequence that has come through in terms of reprogramming your money beliefs and allowing more money to come into your life. So let's do this prayer before we do that real quick. Put your hand on your heart if you feel called to. Close your eyes, stay open, whatever you want. Thank you, God. Thank you for this beautiful event and for this life and for the wonder of this moment. Thank you for everything that has ever happened to me, is happening now, and ever will happen. For all of it has produced the perfection of this next breath and the glory of who I am now going to be. And thank you, God, for giving us a beautiful resource called money that allows our life to become freer, easier, more abundant, more luxurious, more fun and adventurous, the more we are able to receive it. And thank you for teaching us through Kathleen Cameron how to receive more of it. Amen. Amen. I have this beautiful awareness of because when you really achieve something and not a lot of people around you are achieving it, you start to question why me? Why was I able to grasp this so easily? Why was I able to change my life so quickly? Why is it now so easy for me to just live this life I don't have fears or doubts or worries the odd thing comes in for sure, but there isn't this underlying fear-based pattern and program in me anymore. So why has it been me? And I realized that I was meant to experience this so that I have the ability to teach others how to do it. And so my call to good isn't to get wealthy. My call to good is to figure out how to get wealthy and then teach other people how to get wealthy too. So that's a beautiful thing. Can I go over the steps from yesterday? You read my mind. You read my mind. Okay. So these 5 steps, to me, I said on my post that I did yesterday, the reel that I did yesterday, these are the 5 steps to manifest more money in your life. But I do believe that these are the 5 steps to create anything you really do want in your life. In order for you to manifest any experience, I would do these 5 things. So now I'm talking them related. I'm talking about it related to wealth today, but it can be for anything. So just to preface that. So the first thing we want to do is have a calm nervous system. Right? So the calm nervous system allows us to actually hear what's being said, see the good, relax and be open, allow us to dream, allow us to live from the creative space. So we don't want to be in that activated nervous system, because the activated nervous system is based off of fear, and then you're just recreating from the fear-based place. So we don't want to do that. We want to calm the nervous system down. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that we want to shift our minds to an abundance perspective. Okay? So if we're going to look at these 5 steps and we're going to talk about love, what I would do for number 2 is to be in the love perspective. Right? So you can't manifest love in your life from the belief that you're missing love, or that you're unloved, or you're unlovable. Right? You'll manifest someone loving you in a way that you're not going to enjoy. You're going to manifest someone loving you in a way that you don't think, because you don't think you're worthy of really good love, high value love, safe love. So you will manifest love that is toxic or a lot of conflict, stuff like that. So we want to move into the love. But anyway, so we're talking about abundance. So we're talking about money. So an abundance perspective is to have an inner sense of plenty. So it's to shift your focus to how much you have instead of how much you don't have. Right? So how much do I have versus how much do I not have? Powerful. And then the third thing is to reprogram the subconscious mind. So can you see how, if I'm reprogramming my subconscious mind from a calm nervous system and a grateful and thankful, abundant perspective, I'm going to be reprogramming my subconscious mind from a state of feeling good and feeling like I have a lot, instead of trying to reprogram it from fear, from lack and limitation, from stress, from overwhelm, from attachment. What's the word that I'm looking for? From desperation. Ooh, no, no, no. If you are desperate for something, no, it's not going to take easily. It's going to take you a lot longer. The energy that you're in you're going to make it a lot more challenging for you. So I want you to be reprogramming your subconscious mind from that nice, calm state, but also from a grateful place, from an abundance and prosperity place. So the universe is actually very simple, and manifestation is very simple. We try to use fancy words. We try to like make it sound harder than it is. We want to give you 25, 30 steps to get everything that you need to get done. But if you actually just simplify it, the universe literally just gives you what you're giving. That's it, right? So if you're giving out the energy of lack and limitation, it says, yes, here's more lack and limitation. I need more money. I need more money. The universe says you do need more money. Yes. And it just agrees with you, and it just gives you that same experience. So you're just going to be manifesting the need for more money. So I want us to literally change what we're giving out so we get something different back, right? So yes, is it Jessica? Jessica? You can call it a mirror, or you can call it a projection. Same type of thing, right? So when you look in the mirror, you see what is essentially you looking back at you, right? A projection, many people will say that the 3D observed world is a mere projection of what's going on in your head. Yes, of course. You can call it a mirror, you can call it a projection, right? So when something is showing up outside of you, you don't try to change the thing that's showing up. You go inside and you change what's showing up in front of the mirror, what's showing up in the projection, right? So it's beautiful. So that's where this shift of abundance perspective helps you to be sending out a new pulse out into the universe. And so when you are pulsing out an energy that says, ooh, universe, I have so much money, and I love all the money that I have and all the money that I've brought into my life, and I would love more of it. It says, yes, she has lots of money, and yes, she wants more money. Okay, and then you start realizing that experience. Okay, what's so beautiful too, we'll talk about this in identity. There was a beautiful millionaire student. I spent the afternoon with millionaire students last Friday. Okay. And so I'm going to talk about an opportunity if you want to come and spend some time with me and learn with me in a small group. I'm going to tell you a little bit how you can do that today. So stay tuned. I'll probably talk about it in like an hour. But I spent some time in person with some millionaire students. And this one millionaire student said something so good. I was like, this is it. Like, that is exactly what I'm talking about. She had a belief that she wasn't the embodiment of her work. Okay, so she, I believe she was a dietitian, and she was a dietitian that was carrying what she would say was extra weight on her body. Who says it's extra? According to who? But anyways, she believed it was extra, and she believed that it meant that she wasn't a good dietitian. Okay, and so revealing this belief inside of her, that is so powerful, because what was she telling the world? I'm not a good dietitian because I'm not thin, right? So she felt like she was a fraud. Thank you very much. Yes. So when she was showing up that way, her calendar wasn't booked. So then she found this belief. She changed it. She realized she's an incredible dietitian, right? She started to look at all of her client testimonials, all the lives that she's changed through her work, all of the impact that she's made. And she went, you know what? I'm actually a phenomenal dietitian. I'm actually really good at what I do. And so when she allowed herself to remember that truth, guess what? Fully booked calendar. Booking out 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out from one belief change. Okay, this is the power of this work. And so anybody that wants to tell you that you just have to work harder to get more bookings in your calendar, challenge it. What if you don't have to? What if you don't have to go try to find everybody and you can just attract them to you based on a new belief? It's the effortless way, you guys. I used to believe I was lazy. So I used to believe that because I didn't want to work really, really hard, that I was a lazy person and I was less than. Now I realize that I have been a genius this whole entire time, and I have been working with universal law, the law of least action, and I'm just like nature. Nature does what it can with the least amount of action as possible. It takes the easiest route. Water, it doesn't try to go uphill, it goes downhill because it's easy. Okay? It's efficiency. It's actually brilliance. So what if you're not lazy at all? What if you're brilliant and you're a genius and you're going along with universal law? You see how I'm talking to myself? And I took something that I thought was bad and wrong, the feeling that I'm lazy, and I just turned it into a beautiful strength, and it's created the very outcome that I desire. So now I get to create so much in an effortless way, right? But I had to fight the idea I had to work real hard. I had to change. Yeah. Oh, explain that to my husband. The masculine energy, right? And not just men, but those of us that are heavy in the masculine energy, we receive our ego boosts, our self-love, our feeling of being good and worthy from our productivity, right? Oh, I worked real hard today. I'm good. I'm a good member of society. Look at me. Congratulations on all the hard work. So even if the work didn't work, so even if you made more money, you still feel good because you at least worked a full 8-hour day, right? No. Okay. We're going outside the mold. Okay. So the fourth thing, and this is incredible and powerful. I want every single one of you to be creating and not reacting to. Okay? So to move into creation means to be in the imagination. Number 3, Sierra, is to reprogram the subconscious mind. Number 4, move into creation using your imagination. Okay? Most people are living from the observed 3D world. Their mind sees something, reacts to that something, creates a belief about themselves from that something, and then lives their life according to the belief that that something gave them. So I wake up in the morning and I look at my bank account and my bank account is empty. So then I feel like crap because I have no money. I start to worry about stress. I think I'm a loser. I think, oh my gosh, no more money is going to come to me today. I have no idea how I'm going to pay my bills. So my vibration is completely lowered. I start operating from an identity that I'm unsuccessful. And then guess what? What's the reality? It is nearly impossible to be like, I am so unsuccessful, nobody likes me, yada, 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 and then suddenly manifest success. Every single person that goes from rags to riches, they believed in the rich version of themselves. They believed that they were successful. They believed that they were different. They allowed themselves to move out of that and move into a new idea. So what I want you to do instead is to realize that you are very successful regardless of how much money you have in your bank account. And let's go even further. Let's visualize money in the bank account, even if there is none, right? So stay with me on this. The world that you observe, it is the past. Why is it the past? Because the version of you that created it has passed, right? So you're no longer the version of you that is creating your life right now, right? So what you're observing was a version of you yesterday, the day before, a month before, a year before. So if you're going to go and then react to what a past version of you created, you're now creating from the past Although you think it's the present, like you're looking at it like, oh, this is real. This is really happening for me right now in this moment. You think it's real. But the only real thing is how you show up in the present moment, not what you observe in the present moment. So I want you to be focused upon your state of being in the present moment, not what you're observing in the present moment. And if your state of being is a reflection of what you're observing, you're creating from observation. I want every single one of you to be creating from imagination, which is truth, which is reality. So notice my language. I am never going to tell you that what you're seeing right now today in your 3D observed world is real. I'm not going to tell you that it's the reality. Well, the reality is I only have $20 in my bank account. If you say that to me, I'm going to say no. The reality is you're very, very abundant and you can have as much money as you want in your bank account if you visualize that amount of money in your bank account. The truth is what's in your imagination, right? So let's look at the ability to fly in the airplane, right? So the ability to fly in an airplane has always been here, okay? Like the way to do it has always existed. Someone just became aware of it. So someone became aware of it because they were thinking from what idea? Flying in an airplane idea, which is in the imagination, right? So can you imagine what everyone else at that time would have thought about that? They would have been like, you want to do what? You want to fly in what? In the sky? Like everyone around them at that time would have thought that they were crazy because they were thinking outside of the way the conventional mind of the collective would have thought at that time, right? So they were thinking from truth. The truth is you can fly in an airplane. We will fly in an airplane. Absolutely. That's the truth. And so they stuck with that truth until they observed it. But most of us are like, oh no, that's not true. That's not possible. Oh, it's just a dream. It's not reality, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But let me tell you, if it can be visualized in your mind, it means it's real and it's true. Thoughts into things. If you can hold it in your hand, if you can hold it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Heck yes. I believe that 100%. 100%. I do not doubt that. Anything that I visualize in my mind, I will one day experience it without a doubt. Yes. And if you believe that, trust me, if you believe that, you're creating that. If you doubt that, you're not creating that. So why would you doubt that? So the first belief that I really want you to uphold is that you are a powerful creator, a powerful manifester, and that by merely imagining something, you're making it real, because you are. By merely imagining it. So then, what do we do with this? Okay. So what's something we can say when our bank account terrifies us? The bank account isn't terrifying you. Is the bank account coming out and being like, oh, look, I'm so scary, here I come? No. The bank account just is. You're terrifying yourself. That fear, that's you. That's not the bank account. That's you. I'm just getting you to take ownership of it. Some people say to me too, like, my mind is doing this and this and this. You're your mind. What do you mean? What do you mean your mind is? You're talking like your mind isn't you. It's you. So why don't you say, I'm torturing myself today by being afraid of my bank account. Like, just take the ownership back. Because I want you, if you don't think you can change it and you feel like you're out of control, you can't change it. You cannot change it. So I want you all to really just take ownership of it. You know, Bob used to say, he used to say to me, nobody can hurt your feelings, only you can hurt your feelings. Oh, isn't that true? I haven't heard a truer thing. Well, no, I have lots of true things, but that one is so good. Like, freedom. So you're telling me that my feelings don't have to be hurt by this right now? I don't have to be offended? I can just let it go? I can just walk away? I could just be like, well, that's not true. See you later. Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. Yeah. So you just think about what you want instead. Yes, Miranda. So do not oppose, but compose. So do not react to what you're observing, but go to what you would love to observe instead. Okay? Oh, it would appear that my bank account is empty, but I know the truth, that my bank account is constantly filling up. It's constantly filling up. I am always supported. I have money flowing to me all the time, right? So the reason why we like having a traditional job is because we get a paycheck every 2 weeks. And so when you have a paycheck coming every 2 weeks and you know exactly how much that paycheck is, how does that make you feel? It makes you feel good. You're like relaxed. You're like, yeah, I know how much I'm going to make. Even if that paycheck is $1,200, $1,000, $800, $600, you feel good. Would I exchange what I have in my life now for that? Absolutely not. Are you kidding me? No. You want me to work how many hours? For how much? No, no, no. And I'm not dogging anybody that does, because I did for a very, very long time. But with what I know now, and how I know that the sense of security that you are all seeking by paychecks every 2 weeks doesn't come from the paycheck every 2 weeks, it comes from your own mind, you wouldn't choose that again. So it's not the paycheck every 2 weeks that is giving you the security. It's you allowing yourself to feel safe and letting that be safety, when to me that's not safe at all. What's safe for me now is knowing that I am overflowing in abundance and knowing that it always comes back. What does Shannon on my team say? She said, like, God writes my paychecks. Right? What if you believe that? God writes your paychecks, but you're the one that's actually deciding how many paychecks you want and how much you want the paychecks to be. Let's be real. God's not deciding that, you are. God is just saying what you believe, saying what you're asking for, right? 100,000 is hitting my account today, and this is only the one of many. I love that. Me too. $100 or 100,000? What'd you say there? I don't know. It's not clear. I would prefer the 100,000. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Right. 100,000. Good, Kayla. Okay. Good. So to live from the imagination requires you to practice. Okay. To practice living from the imagined state and not from the observed state. So notice when you're reacting to life, when you're reacting to the observed world, what you see, right? The imagination, you're still seeing it. You just don't believe it because you don't think it's real. But I've convinced myself that everything in the imagination is real. And so anything that I put in the imagination is my truth and will be my truth, and I will experience it. So now I'm like experiencing all these things and I'm like, oh, here we go. Yeah, that makes sense. Right? So when we see it, we imagine different outcomes. So when you go to what you would love instead of what you're observing, super, super easy. You could do this. I'm observing this, but I would love this. Just make it super easy, right? And so when you go to what you would love, this is where you're composing yourself. You're going to calm yourself down and you're going to say, no, 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 no. I'm not going to freak out about this thing. The 3D world is trying to trick me into believing that's real, and it's not. What's real is what I would love. So I'm going to move over to what would I love? I would love this. And so then you say, okay, let that be real and true. Here we go. So for example, if you are someone that owns a business and maybe you're selling products and you maybe sell a product a day and you'd love to sell 10 products a day. If you react to one product being sold a day and it makes you feel some kind of way and you're like, oh man, just one again? Oh, like, why am I not selling more? I just want to sell more. Okay, you're reacting now to what you're observing. So instead, I want you to go, you would love 10. So I love 10. I love the 10 people that buy products, the 10 products that are sold every single day. What's the feeling that you would be in when you sold 10? Oh my gosh, every day, more and more people are buying my products. More and more of this product's being sold every single day. When you sell 10, you're relaxed, you're light, you're fun, you're joyful. So I just go, oh no. It would appear that only one product is sold a day, but I know there's 10. And so I keep 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And the universe is like, oh, she's asking for 10. She's asking for 10. Okay, let's go. And that's how you change your magnet. So now the universe, I kind of see it this way. So when you're reacting to one product sold every single day, the universe goes and finds that one person and taps them on the shoulder and says, okay, go buy this product. They need their one. But when we start thinking from 10, the universe then says, oh, we need 10. So it starts tapping 10 people on the head. And so it might take a little bit of time for those people to get their head taps and to head your way, but it's inevitable. See how I create these little stories in my head about what's happening? So the universe is going and tapping on all their heads. Just let it be real. Let it happen. Trust me. It works. Works every time. So those people are being magnetized to you. They're being drawn to you. This person is being introduced to this person who's going to introduce this person to you, who's going to introduce you this person. I actually, my collaboration course with Jason Derulo is such a fun manifestation because it wasn't specifically Jason Derulo, but I was thinking from the idea that I coach or mentor or collaborate with or am in business with some of the most successful people in the world. And so one of the things that I had thought about was like a musician, like a pop star or a rap artist or a rocker or a band or something like that, where I get to help them share their story of how they manifested it all. And so I got introduced to one person who introduced me to another person who then that person introduced me to Jason, like a personal relationship. So this wasn't like, I didn't go reach out to Jason's team and try to make it happen. I just let the path unfold. And then my other one-on-one client that I'm working with right now, had a phenomenal call with her yesterday. Oh, she's stepping into it. This is so good. I got asked to consult on a call with the CEO of Kevin Hart's company, and the CEO of Kevin Hart's company thought I should meet this woman and connected me and her together. So completely different ways, but it all happens based on what I'm thinking from. So when I'm thinking from the idea of this, and now what's happening, all of you, okay, I'm going to say it so you can all go do it more. I've had probably 30 of you send me Oprah's post about how she's looking for people to be on the podcast. And so you guys keep sending me that. Apply Kathleen, apply Kathleen, apply Kathleen. Because what idea have I been thinking from that I've expressed to you guys? I'm going to interview Oprah or she's going to interview me. Done. So I'm just letting it be. And then now you guys are sending me all of this Oprah post that she did. I'm like, oh, that's for me. So we're like, okay, we better fill that out. But if I wasn't thinking from that idea, you guys wouldn't send me that. I don't even know if that post would have even gone up. This is how powerful we are, right? Anyways, so this is just, I'm showing you how the ideas in the mind transmute into physical things, but you have to be thinking from what you would love and not what you're observing. If I'm going to be sitting here thinking about what I see all the time, I'm just going to recreate what I see. Make sense? That's number 4. So number 5, you need to be something different. Okay? Manifestation is not about writing something down 100 times and using your crystals and doing a sage ritual and meditating and calling in money that way. No. You can manifest one-time lump sums of money that way. You can manifest a one-time experience. You can manifest something small and easy like that, yeah. But if you want to manifest an entire new life, okay, an extraordinary life, okay, so the best relationships that you could ever possibly have, the healthiest body that you could ever possibly have, that you become younger every day, continual wealth that comes over and over and over again, your own vessel of wealth, right? Coming to and through you, not from anybody else, but to and through you. And if you want to experience the most incredible like fashion and beauty and travel and luxury and freedom, and then you want to go and like be a philanthropist and go and create a charity, even donate money, to be able to have so much money that you have money to donate. Trust me, it feels really wonderful to be able to give because you have so much, but you have to figure out how to give yourself so much before you can then go give others so much, right? So if you want all of that, I call it like my extraordinary life. So if you want an extraordinary life, you need an identity to match it. So we can't be the same person that we've always been. Number 5, you need to be your grandest version. Okay? No, number 4 is move into creation, use your imagination. Now, number 5, we're going into identity. You need to be something different. Okay? So to be something different then is to understand that who you think you are matters, and it matters a lot. Okay? So if we think about Kathleen Cameron 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I believed that I was a registered nurse. I believed I was shy, introverted, but I believed that I was a driven woman, and I believed that I could help a small amount of people through being a registered nurse. And then I believed that I could probably impact my local town by becoming a director of that local town, right? And so I didn't fully believe in the power of wealth generation, entrepreneurship, global impact. I was not thinking any of those things. They were not in my identity, okay? And I was also thinking from the idea of working for someone else, having a paycheck. Pension and benefits were important, things like that. So what's this new identity now then that I'm talking about? It's created a whole new reality. I am a very highly successful entrepreneur. I built businesses, several, okay? And I want to also make it clear that no one gave me a handout, okay? So nobody invested in my businesses or my companies, I did, okay? I invested in me. So we would call that like self-made, right? So I wasn't born into multiple millions of dollars. Nobody gave me a company. Nobody invested into my Diamond Academy. I built this from nothing. I had no money. We were $50,000 in debt when we started Diamond Academy. So the new identity was not built off of belief that that was me my whole life, right? So I did not have an entrepreneurial mindset. I didn't have the identity of business owner. I actually hated business. I remember I worked for RBC Insurance and I had to sell insurance on the phone. This was after I got my first degree, before I got my nursing degree. And I said, I am never selling nothing ever again. I hated it, hated it. I hated sales. And I hated business. So I became a nurse, right? Because I could help people in like an altruistic way. But what did I do? I created a life for myself that had me doing very grueling work, emotionally and physically, working 12-hour shifts on my feet, 24 hours a day. Do you know how many 24-hour shifts I've done in my career? 18-hour shifts I've done in my career, overnight 12-hour shifts I've done in my nursing career? A lot. And so that was an identity, right? And so now I operate in the identity of a CEO, an entrepreneur, a business owner, someone who loves sales, man. I love to sell. Love, love, love to sell. Why do I love to sell so much? Because now I see the impact of sales. Holy. And I love to be sold to. I love to be sold to. I'm in the process right now of having a conversation with a salesperson around a consultation or mentorship opportunity with someone, for me personally, right? Which will serve Diamond Academy, but for me personally. So I'm in the middle of this sales process with someone talking about me investing, making a very, very large investment into myself, and I'm loving the process. I'm like, ooh, are you going to sell to me today? Let's go. Because what's going to happen when I'm sold to? When I decide to make this investment? Whether it's this one or another one, it doesn't matter. But when I make this investment, when I make the decision, what am I doing? I'm choosing to be the version of myself that is here after the investment, right? So if the investment is for me to, somebody needs to create a course called Billionaire, I would take it, okay? My course is called Millionaire. But hey, if there was a course called Billionaire, I'd sign up for it. Anyways, so let's say I sign up for a course called Billionaire and I invest in myself in a program called Billionaire. And somebody sells me on that. Guess what's happening? I'm becoming a billionaire. It's done. Now, I'm going to be a billionaire anyway, guys. It's already the outcome. It's inevitable. But this is where courses, coaching, mentorships, consultations, consultants are helpful, because will that have me be a billionaire quicker? Yes. I will skip steps. The information that I will gain from a course, a program, mentorship will speed it up for me. So I'll become a billionaire 10 to 20 years sooner than I would without it. Also, I'll do it in an easier way and a supported way, to have somebody to ask questions, somebody to support me, information to guide me. I don't have to figure it out on my own because somebody else already figured it out, and now I can just figure it out easier from what they figured out, right? So it's beautiful, but you gotta love to sell. And you gotta love to be sold to. So any of you that desire to be millionaires, you gotta love to sell. And you gotta love to be sold to. Because when you sell someone into something, or you get sold into something, somebody becomes better. Somebody grows. It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. Anyways, so just a little thing about my old identity and my new identity. You can see, I'm trying to give you the duality so you can see the difference between who I used to believe I was and who I now believe I am. And I created the identity before I had the experience. Identity first, experience second. Identity first, experience second. So what that means is that I convinced myself I was an entrepreneur before I was an entrepreneur in the observed world. I convinced myself I was a millionaire before I became a millionaire in the observed world, because the world, the universe, source, creator simply gives you what you believe you are. Simply gives you what you believe you are. I love your Louis Vuitton story. Yeah, Brie. It was so cool because when I bought my very first Louis Vuitton bag, in February of 2020, I had maybe like one or two clients as a nurse, not as a nurse, as a coach. And so I had stepped so much into this identity of highly successful coach, multi-million-dollar coach, that when I walked into that Louis Vuitton, I introduced myself as like a really high-powered manifestation coach. I help people manifest a lot of money. The guy was like, oh, can I hire you? And in my mind, I'm like, I don't know if you can afford me, sir. Like, this is what I was thinking, like, in my head at that time. What would the reality have said? I had like a few clients. Like, I wasn't making any money, couldn't really afford the bag. Now, like, I wasn't lying to him and saying, I've made all this money, I'm really wealthy and rich, and I've had all the best clients in the world. Like, I wasn't saying that. But the vibration that I was in, the feeling that I was in, the identity that I was walking in was, I'm a very successful coach. Yeah, I put that Louis Vuitton bag on a credit card. Yeah. And then I got a client like this from it. Boom. Because I did it in the feeling and the energy of having money, even though I didn't have it. I was like, well, the money's on its way, so I better spend it now and make sure that the universe knows I'm serious. And then boom, It happened. And what I used to do all the time before every single live event, before any time I launched a new course, before I would have a live event, I would go and I would circulate money. Because I would be like, okay, I better show the universe I'm serious and that I trust it. So if I knew that the money was on its way, what would I do? How many times do you guys book vacations and you put it on your credit card? And then from the time that you book the vacation until you go on the vacation, you pay it off. You pay the credit card off. It's the same thing. We do this all the time. You buy a house and you put a mortgage on it. So what does that mean? So you buy the house today, you don't have the money for the house today, and then you continue to pay it off every single day as you're living in the house. I'm telling you to do the exact same thing. It's just for whatever reason we think we can't do it, or we think it's not right. I want to give you another example about investing into yourself. So for me to create this mindset, this identity, I took a course for $8,000 and I spent 3 months. I didn't spend the full 6 months, but it was supposed to be a 6-month course. I did it for 3 months solid, probably did another month before I took another course. But that course that cost me about $8,000 created now a $50 million business. We're going to be approaching 50 million in revenue soon. So I have a friend who owns a restaurant. Okay. And her and I were talking, and she was telling me about her restaurant. And I said, well, tell me about this. How much did it cost you to open your restaurant? She's like, oh, to open the restaurant, to rent it, to hire all the staff, to buy all the furniture, to renovate it, to put the sign on the front door, probably about $1 million. And I was like, $1 million. She's like, yeah. I'm like, where'd you get that? She's like, from the bank. And I was like, you took out $1 million loan to build a restaurant. She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, and how much money do you make at your restaurant? How much revenue flows through your restaurant? What's the profitability of your restaurant every month? I nearly fell off my chair. It was like 10 grand. I was like, what? You put in $1 million to make $10,000 a month? Let's turn it around. Let's spend 10 to 12 to 15,000 to make 100,000 or $1 million a month. Okay? So there are people out there that are investing a lot of money into things that aren't having as much of a return. So this work is so powerful because the business that I've created, the life that I live right now, I didn't have to invest $1 million into it. I did not. Have I invested $1 million now? Yes, of course. I've circulated more than $1 million in my own personal growth. Yes, hands down for sure. Inevitable. But look at what's occurred, right? So I'm just giving you an example of like some people are investing significant amounts more money and aren't having the same ROI as personal growth and development. And now guess what? Every single business opportunity that I ever have something to do with will be successful. Why? Because I've created the identity of success. To me, I will now be successful at no matter what I do. And so that's going to be my reality. So what other business should I do today? What other thing do I want to be a part of? What other growth do I want to make? What other thing do I want to know about? Right? So it's just a little example to give you context for why we would invest in some things and why we wouldn't invest into other things, right? We had one woman sign up for the Millionaire Program, and it was so beautiful. She texted, I think it was Tanya. She texted Tanya and she said, well, she had heard from another, I think it might have been a client of hers. A client of hers manifested $1.87 million in the Millionaire Program here. So she signed up for this program because of that. Yeah, wise investment, right? So somebody spent, I think Millionaire Program Pay in Full. What is Millionaire Pay in Full, you guys? 12,000? Team, is it 12? I think so. Anyways, 12K. So it's 12,000 USD. So spend 12,000, manifest 1.87 million. We've had many millionaires be created from the Millionaire Program. Absolutely. Even if you heard yesterday, Shelley, $70,000 months. Would she say a $12,000 investment was worth that? Of course. And that's just the beginning. I actually had somebody yesterday. Rachel just signed up for Millionaire. Did you really? Right now? Oh, haven't you talked about it? Okay, well, I want to tell you what I'm doing with it. Rachel, hold on, hold your horses. Actually, no, you let your horses go. If you want to rise and you want to go all in, I'm here for it. You're just like me. I love it. But let me tell you, Rachel, what I have in store for you for today then, because you did that, because you made that decision. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. I actually got the most beautiful message yesterday from a client. Lydia, if you are watching, I don't know, but I'm so proud of you. Lydia took Millionaire with me in maybe 2021, probably. And she sent me a message yesterday. Oh man, I'm gonna have to read a part of it because it is so good. This is why I want you guys to see that it's not just about what you do in this moment, but it's about what's gonna change for the rest of your life using this work. And so Lydia sent me this. Hold on, I wanna read this. This is so beautiful. I wanted to touch base and connect with you because I'm listening to your latest money webcast. Oh, she's watching it, good. Okay, I hope you're watching right now. This is going to inspire a lot of people, Lydia, so this is why I'm sharing. 4.5 years ago, I signed up for your program when I lived in Oakville, Ontario. Who's in Oakville, Ontario? And I worked for the bank and my husband worked construction. My manifestation was for us to retire a life by design. Do you know where I am today listening to the replay of your latest training? I'm on our boat in Croatia. My husband and I just took an unplanned trip for a few nights, island hopping to beautiful lagoons with amazing restaurants and views because we can. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my dear Kathleen. You are just one of the many families whose lives you have changed in an enormous way. I know you have so many places that you can go, but please know that if you ever want to come to our beautiful, incredible Adriatic Ocean in Croatia, we would love to host you. They moved to Croatia permanently. And then she sent me a beautiful picture of her Croatian view of the water and the sunset. Right? This is what this is about. So a family who lived in Oakville, working at a bank, husband works for Croatia, worked in construction, are now living in Croatia, living their dream. This is why I do this. This is what this is about. This is what this work is for. Another thing I wanted to show you guys, I brought it. You'll see it come up, and I talk to my inner circle about this a lot. I got myself my crystal ball. Okay? So this is clear quartz, just in the shape of a ball, but it's a crystal ball. And so what if each of us had a crystal ball? Okay? And every time we looked into the crystal ball and we asked it a question, it was true. And it happened. So this crystal ball would say, you would say, crystal ball, show me what my future looks like. And that crystal ball would show you your dream and you're living it. And the next thing you know, it would happen and you'd be living it. And then you'd do it again and you'd do it again and you'd do it again. And the crystal ball would tell you and then you would live it. Crystal ball would tell you and then you would live it. So you believed this crystal ball, you trusted it. This was truth. The crystal ball knows exactly what's going to happen next, right? Well, you have a crystal ball. It's you. It's literally your mind. Everything that you ask for, you will experience. But you have to trust it like you would trust a crystal ball. Right? This one's clear quartz. This is selenite. This is selenite. See the difference? Yeah. Selenite neutralizes energy. So if I feel like I'm vibrationally feeling someone else's, I just put this on my third eye and it just softens. But anyways, but this one is clear quartz, crystal ball. Clear quartz is an amplifier. So now you all have a crystal ball. So don't dismiss what the crystal ball is telling you. Don't believe what the world says, believe what the crystal ball says. I'm just giving you an example of, we talk about a crystal ball like it's some sort of fake thing. that it's not real and it's not true. But I want you to believe in it. So that's why I said I got to find myself I want to find myself a real crystal ball, and I'm going to have it. I'm going to carry it around. I'm actually going to do some photos with it in my next photo shoot. Just an example that we are our own crystal balls. And I really do believe that. I believe that about myself, that my mind is my crystal ball. And so I'm literally deciding what I'm going to see on the screen of my mind. And I have the knowing that it will be experienced. Yesterday, I also wore I have a beautiful heart, diamond heart ring, and I wore it on my pointer finger because this is my wand. So I believe that my finger, what I point towards, what I choose, I experience on my finger. It's my magic wand. So what do I mean by pointing? Is it just a mere point? It's an energetic pointing. It's an energetic calibration. It's an energetic focused attention. And so what I choose to put my focused attention upon, or my pointer finger, whatever, that is the thing that grows. That is the thing that becomes. That is the thing that is nurtured. And then what does God do? God says, oh, we're going wherever Kathleen's pointing. Same thing with the crystal ball. God's like, oh, okay, Kathleen's put something in the crystal ball. Let's go. That's where we're all going. I really believe this. And because I believe these things, it's the experience I'm having. Belief precedes manifestation every time. Abracadabra, what does that mean? Okay, so all of these things that we call magic, okay, we call the crystal ball magic, we call the magic wand magic, abracadabra is magic, right? Well, guess what? Magic is true, it's real, it's here. Magic and miracles, baby. And the only reason it's called magic is because not everybody believes in it. Because people are skeptical of it. Because people they can't believe it. It's like, how? Show me. I want to see the behind the scenes. So I'm just trying to give you the examples, the social proof, the understanding, the awareness, so that you can believe that you are this very same magic. There's nothing magical about me that isn't magical about you. That's the phenomenal thing about our magic, is that we all have it. Abracadabra means I speak it and it is done, it is true. So it's like words into reality. So whatever we speak, we experience. Yeah. So how beautiful. How beautiful. There's been a few of you that have been commenting in here that you've enrolled for Millionaire already. So I'm going to tell you right now what you're going to get for that today. And I love that you've actually taken action before I've even said what you're going to get. So that's beautiful. That shows me that you've actually entered into a state of faith and made a decision from creation and not from fear, right? So when you are someone that is living from the creative state and wants to create, you understand that every decision has an outcome and you decide the outcome. So if you're living from fear, you're going to think, well, I don't know if I can do this because I don't know what the outcome's going to be. I'm not sure of the outcome. And if you're not sure of the outcome, you're going to fear that it could be a negative outcome. What if I don't do it? What if I don't make the money back? What if my husband doesn't agree? What if I don't do all the work like I said I was going to do? Etc., etc. Fear-based thinking. Creation says I'm deciding and declaring the outcome based on my own beliefs, based on my own decisions. So to decide that you are going to take the course, it's 11:11. To decide that you're going to sign up for Millionaire means that you are making the decision that you being a millionaire in this lifetime is inevitable. Can I tell you what day and time you're going to become a millionaire? No. Just like we don't know what day and time we're going to leave this earth. But what I can tell you is if you hold the millionaire idea in your mind, you will experience yourself as a millionaire in this lifetime, hands down, without a doubt, yes. I even get people 3 years later message me and be like, I just had my biggest month in business history, $400,000. I just had a $400,000 month. I held the image, Kathleen, you told me what happened and it's happened. Thank you. Right? So we're not going to be attached to time, but we are going to know and we're going to make a decision from creation, right? So can you see how that is? Like the ability to decide an outcome is within you. So you can choose to decide from fear, or you can choose to decide from creation. And the more empowered place is to do it from creation. It's really beautiful. Jen, can you put the link to our current courses and programs that are open for enrollment in the chat? There's lots of people asking. And then we can put it on the YouTube channel too, if you're watching off the YouTube channel. But what I want to do is I want to open enrollment to 2 programs right now. I want to open enrollment to Millionaire and to Modern Mentor. Okay. And what I want to do is I wanted to create, I call this like my wealthiest combo that I ever do. And so because we're talking about wealth right now, I've actually decided that anybody that signs up in this enrollment period, which is 5 days, anybody that enrolls in Millionaire or Modern Mentor is also going to get Wealth from Within included. Wealth from Within is the 8-week reprogramming of your money beliefs and your money story that I talked about. So Millionaire is a 6-month program that reprograms all of you, not just money beliefs, all of it. Identity, everything related to you and who you think you are. It's a healing journey and process for anyone in any way, walk of life. It does not matter. It doesn't matter what you do for a living. It does not matter if you're a business owner or if you have a traditional job or if you're unemployed. It does not matter. It is for anyone to begin the realization process of the truth of who they are. That's Millionaire. And so Wealth from Within is included with Millionaire right now, officially starting today. And then Modern Mentor is specifically for coaches and consultants in any space. So you don't have to be a manifestation teacher or coach. You can be a health coach. You can be a business coach. You can be a hypnotherapist. You can be a Reiki energy healer. We've had a lot of light workers come into the Modern Mentor program, and we've helped them to facilitate advancement in their business through manifestation principles tied with business principles. So that's Modern Mentor. And that one also includes Wealth from Within. Yeah. Can someone lend me 15K? Someone will lend you 15K. Absolutely. Yes. It's abundance. It's debt. The first course that I ever took, I didn't have the money for it. Somebody lent it to me. I think it was a bank. But yeah. Okay, we have some questions in here, so I want to answer some of the questions. Gwen, we will put the link to sign up here. Okay, Jen has put it. It's kathleencameron.com/offers. Yeah. Everyone on this call already holds the belief of their grandest version, or they wouldn't have joined this community today. Carmen, I love this. Okay, this is truth. I always say that when we are seeking something, an elevated experience, and we allow ourselves to move towards it, we are now being divinely guided. It feels like intuition. So if you're someone like me, I was like, I want more for myself. I want to quantum leap my life. Like I really, really want to quantum leap my life. And so when I started to think from that idea, I got introduced to someone who introduced me to Bob Proctor. That was not an accident or a coincidence. That was divine. That was divine guidance. Oh, you want somebody that's going to teach you how to live the life you want? Here you go. Right? And so this is exactly what this is about. All of this is energetics. All of this is alignment. All of this is magnetism. And so I had to become who I needed to be able to attract you, to teach you to be who you desire to be. But you need to take action upon the desired state. So if I had said, nope, I'm not taking your course. Nope, not doing it. I'm too scared. I'm too afraid. I'm not going to learn more. See you later. What would happen? I'd still be a nurse. Yeah. So I followed it. And no matter how uncomfortable it was, I made the decision that that's what I was going to do, and that's who I was going to become, and that was the inevitability, and that was the truth. God would not have introduced me to that man if I was not supposed to learn from that man. And now I get it, because I spent the last 2 years of his life learning from him. And so when I tell you that time is not infinite for you, opportunity is not infinite for you, if I had not have made that decision, I maybe would have never learned from him and never met him. But I developed a beautiful friendship with him, and I got to experience him. So, and now he's no longer in the physical 3D realm with us. And so there is a cost to waiting. There's also a financial cost to waiting. If I hadn't have made that decision, Would I be at nearing 50 million in revenue in my business? No, I would not. So all that money would be gone. It would have gone to someone else. No, I think money's infinite, so it would come to me anyways, but anyways, that's an aside. But there is a cost to waiting, and I don't want you guys to just keep waiting and keep waiting and keep waiting from fear when you have your crystal ball. Remember, right here, you have your crystal ball. Okay, Darcy's texting me. Hold on, let's see what Darcy's saying. Darcy, where'd you go? Where'd you message me on Messenger? I can see it popping up. Oh, okay. Anna Lee, did I say that right, Anna Lee? Signed up for Millionaire. Woohoo! We also have Donna signed up for Millionaire, and Crystal extended her time in the Millionaire community. So that's the other thing. If you've been in my energy and you've been in my courses and you've been in my programs and you left for a little while, what would it be like for you to come back in? Maybe you being on this live event or this training or finding me again is because you're meant to come back. You're meant to come back into the vibration, come back into the energy, to rejoin us, to experience your magic over and over and over again, right? Yeah. I'm also going to share a little bit too about my inner circle, because I mentioned it yesterday and I got some questions. And so I want to answer some questions about that. But if you can let me know in the chat box, if you want to know more about Millionaire, Modern Mentor, or my inner circle, let me know what you would like to learn more about. Yes, please put it in the chat. Okay. And then I always have an opportunity. I always give on the day of open enrollment. I always give out a special gift. So just for context, the special gift in the past has been a journal. It's been a box of my favorite things. It's been a course. I've given away a spiritual leader program as the special bonus offer. This one though, that I'm giving today is probably one of the best bonus enrollment offers that I've ever given out. And it's actually an opportunity to be in person with me, to learn with me in a small group. So those of you today that make the decision to sign up for Millionaire, Modern Mentor, Inner Circle, will spend some time in person learning from me directly, just like I talked about like last week. The value of the bonus gift that you're giving today is $3,500 and $5,000. So there's two different ones, $3,500 and $5,000. So the value is very, very significant. I want you to take it very, very serious. This isn't, you're not going to get a mug. Like you're getting something really good for making the decision today. So Donna's going to get it. Crystal's going to get it. Annalee's going to get it. And then I think Rachel signed up for Millionaire today too. She's going to get it too. So anybody else, if you're going to do that, and you're going to come and meet me and you're going to spend time with me, you better be ready for a hug. And you better be ready for like a few tears, because I'm going to help pull some stuff out of you that's going to change the course of your whole entire life. Mendez, when am I meeting you? Come on. What are you doing? You just like avoiding me? Oh, Mendez, I just adore you. Yeah, Mendez is a beautiful member of our community. He is very, very successful, very, very powerful manifester. He is such a beautiful, beautiful soul. Yeah. Oh, Rachel signed up this week. Perfect. It doesn't matter when you signed up. You signed up. You're in the program. Yeah. Anyways, let me talk to you about the programs you want me to talk about now. And if you have questions, please put it in the chat. But I also want you to connect with yourself and connect with your heart. So I want you to connect to the grandest version of you. So the grandest version of you, right, is the version who acts from faith, acts from confidence, acts from certainty, acts from knowing, acts from that grandest, most empowered version of you, right? And so what would that version of you do versus what would fear do? What would limitation do? What would a lesser empowered version of yourself do? And so I want you to connect with the desire state from the empowered you, from the grandest version, to decide what you would love to do. and not make a decision on what you would love to do from the fear-based thinking of maybe I don't have the money, or I'm afraid I'm not going to do it, or my spouse isn't going to agree, or I don't have the time, right? So this is something that I do for myself, is I say, okay, what would the grandest version of me love right now? And I just connect into my heart space about me. What would the grandest version of me love? I would love to take this course. I would love to be a member of this community. I would love to grow alongside these individuals. I would love to spend 6 months growing and ascending and becoming my best. And so I then make the decision based on what I would love, not what I think I can do or what I think I have or whatever else. And so that allows me to remain on the creative plane. So then I open myself to all of the pathways towards the realization of that thing coming together. So I don't make decisions based on how much money I have in my bank. I make decisions about how much money I want to have, and then my bank account matches how much I want to have. Get it? Yeah. So if it's something that you would love, it's okay to tell yourself that. It's okay to say, yes, I would love that. That would be amazing. I have people who on their vision boards, they'll put like a picture of me on the vision board with my millionaire program. And that is powerful. They end up in the program. Even Shelly, yesterday with the interview with Jessie, did you hear what she said? She said, I manifested this. She said, I manifested that I would come on here and share my results on a live event with all of you. That was her crystal ball. So what'd she put in her crystal ball? I'm going to sign up for this course. I'm going to grow, and I'm going to have such big results that I'm going to be on the live event chatting with Kathleen about it. And she did it because she held the belief of what was on her crystal ball. So those are just little things some people do. Chat with the team too. If you're feeling the pull to come in, to be a part of us, to come into Diamond Academy in some capacity, if you're feeling that pull, let yourself feel the pull, feel the want, know that you desire it. And then if you're having a hard time seeing about how it can come together, just chat with the team. That's what they're here for. They're here to help you decide which one is going to be the best course for you to take. They're here to help you with what are some of the blocks or the resistive states that will help you to move through in the course of the program. And they're here to hold the image for you and the belief. I say this all the time. I will hold the belief in you until you hold the belief in you. But you must believe in you. If you don't, you'll never do it. If you don't believe in you, you'll never sign up for a course or a program. You'll just do free stuff because you don't believe. So why would you invest money in something you don't believe in? And it's not that you don't believe in me, it's that you don't believe in you. So it is your self-belief that will create the fact every single time. So let's not push it away. Let's allow it to be real and allow it to be true. Okay, let me answer some of these questions about it. Would you say that you can sign up for Millionaire, for example, just having the deposit payment and nothing else, knowing the rest of the money does not exist yet? So Diana, the money does exist. It's here. So it's not that the money doesn't exist. It's that it's not visible in your bank account, right? So how many times in our lives have we invested in something where we didn't have all the money sitting in our bank account right away? Tell me all the ways in which we do this every single day. You buy a car on a payment plan or you finance it monthly. University degree, college diplomas, vacations and trips, mortgages. This is actually how life works. Chris and I renovated our basement. We got a line of credit and we paid it off over time. It happens all the time, except you're investing in something else outside of you and you believe in it and you're not giving it any pressure or tension or ego. So no problem. I'll go buy a $50,000 car. Sure, I'll finance it. Yep, that's fine. The car will get me from point A to point B. Yep, car will work. Let's do it. But you won't invest in yourself $12,000 for a course to become a millionaire. Why? Because you don't believe. You don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in your worth. You don't believe in your value. And so you're not going to do it. Even though the car just gets you to point A to point B, where the millionaire program gets you on the beach in the Maldives. It manifests the love of your life. It manifests your new charity that you want. It helps you to manifest health in your life. It helps you to cure your cancer. It helps to rid you from your depressive state that you're living in. It helps completely rid you of your anxiety. See what I mean? So yeah. Would I sign up for a course and put down a deposit without the rest of the money being in my bank account? Yes, I would. And especially if you're coming from that place of self-belief, right? So I have no idea where this money's coming from, but I know that I'm supported and I believe in myself and I know that it will come. And do you really think that I want to tell you to do something like that if I don't believe in it? No, I wouldn't want to. I remember when Bob used to say, it was so funny, he used to say, tell me what you want and I'm going to help you get it. And I thought to myself, well, he thinks very highly of himself. Like, ooh, that's a risky little thing to say there, Bob. Because when I would hear him say that, I didn't have that level of self-belief, right? So I was like, uh-oh, I don't know. But now I friggin' get it. Now I get it. Now I hear that and I'm like, yes. Yeah. Like with what I have observed in my life, with this work and my courses and programs and my team and their impact and the way in which we help people and we serve, yes. You tell us what you want, we'll help you get it. I 100% believe that now with absolute faith. How do you develop that level of belief? You have to convince yourself. Okay? You have to convince yourself, though this is self-talk, this is self-conversations, this is reprogramming the subconscious mind. And that's why what's so interesting about this course is that it is a course that actually will convince you to believe in yourself, and you need to just grasp a little bit of self-belief first to get in it, in order to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like the shifts occur in the program, not before you're in the program. So many of you are like, well, I'm not ready yet. Well, if you were, you wouldn't need the course. Like, of course you're not there yet, but you're going to get there from the course. The whole entire point is to make a decision before the ready feeling is there. It's called growth. So are you all ready for more wealth in your life? Yes, you are. Are you all ready for more success in your life? Yes, you are. Are you ready for more love, more peace, more joy, more adventure? Yes. So what are we saying we're not ready for? We're afraid of the growth, and that's okay. It's okay, because fear is a natural thing that happens in the growth process. Because when you're about to grow and you're about to become a different version of yourself, you'll be like, oh, that old you is going to go, hey, you're making me uncomfortable. I like to be safe and secure, and I like to be average, and I like to be mediocre, and I like to not be visible, and I like to be hidden. And you're going to say, but we don't want that anymore. We don't want that anymore. So this is where you get to make a new decision. And ready? Like what? You're ready. Every single one of you are ready. I stop talking about whether you're ready to do the work and start talking about if you're ready for the outcome of the work, right? I saw this reel the other day. It was actually really beautiful. And it was talking about people like procrastinators and why people procrastinate. And it was so cool because he's like, procrastinators, they're not actually thinking about what they're going to get. They're thinking about what they have to do. And when you think about what you're going to get and you don't worry about what you have to do, you no longer procrastinate. Right? So if we look at it from the lens of this work, if you're living in the end result where all of your dreams have come true, and you believe in it, and you're excited for it, and you're happy for it, you're willing to just do whatever it takes. Yeah. But if you're worried about the process, if you're worried about the how, if you're worried about the steps, you're going to paralyze yourself. Because the way reveals, trust me, especially with this work, when I helped to connect you to the divine, when I help to teach you how to use the power of intention to direct source energy towards whatever you want, you realize that you never needed to know the how. You needed to surrender. In my inner circle, so I'll talk a little bit about my inner circle. I have a group, and it's a program called Inner Circle. It's not a course, so we're not actually like watching the lessons. We're actually being together, running our businesses and our lives alongside one another in close proximity. And we meet in person twice a year. So I just met with them last week, and we did my inner circle day, and I curated a phenomenal day because I understand them and the way that they're thinking, and I understood exactly what they needed. So in that, in the inner circle container, we have a WhatsApp chat together, and I take them through a curriculum. We read the same books at the same time, and every single month now, I'm leading with a topic that I want us to embody every single month. So an energy that we're going to embody. So this month, my inner circle, it's the idea of certainty. We're embodying certainty together and how we can become more certain together. So my inner circle day, I took them through a beautiful process of understanding their state of being and creating a state of being for themselves that they're all going to act from every single day. And what's so beautiful now is I get to watch in this chat, they're all at home embodying their states of being, and we're starting to see all this magic happen. So they're not in here going, oh, we're taking massive action, we're hustling, we're grinding. I'm actually seeing in the chat now that their mood is improving. They're happier, they're inspired, they're taking inspired action. The outside world is now starting to change according to how they see themselves. We have people manifesting money, more leads, more clients coming through from your state of being. It's powerful. So it's not about working. This isn't about hustling. This isn't about more hours. Remember, the universe does not respond to your effort. It responds to your state of being. So this is what we're doing here. The example about the dietitian, manifesting the full booked calendar, thinking from a new idea, a new state of being, took no different action. It's powerful. So yes, this work, it absolutely works. It absolutely works. Okay. Let me go through. Is it possible to start with the Wealth from Within course? So Linda, the Wealth from Within course isn't available on its own right now, but it will be one more time before the end of the year. But what I'll say about that is, just ask yourself, would I love to just start with the Wealth from Within course, or would I love to take the full millionaire course with Wealth from Within? Which would I prefer? It's not an either or, it's always an and. So would you like to take Wealth from Within and Millionaire, and just allow yourself to be open to the possibility of both instead of just one? So your outside world might tell you that you can only do one right now, that maybe you can only do Wealth from Within, or you can only do House of Manifestation. And I just want you to leave the window open of possibility for you to do something else. What if I could? What if there's a way? Because I remember when I wanted to invest $42,000 to become a coach myself and invest in my business, it was like, okay, you know what? We'll do it in a year because it's probably going to take about a year to save up the $42,000. And I remember being like, okay. And I talked to Chris and I said, okay, I get it. We'll wait a year. Yeah. And then I went, no, actually, that doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like I'm supposed to do this in a year. It feels like I'm supposed to do it now. And just because the path isn't observable doesn't mean that it's not there. So I just said, okay, God, if there's another way, show me. If there is another way for me to be able to do this now and not in a year, please reveal it to me. Please show it to me, right? And I left it and I didn't say anything to Chris. I walked away from Chris saying, okay, I'll do it in a year. Like that's what I said to him. But in my own mind, in my own body, in my own state of being, I was like, no, I want to keep this open. So what if I can do it now? What if? And I will never forget the day that he came home and he said, Kathleen, I think I figured out a way that you can do it now. And I went, are you serious? And he's like, yep. I said, how? And it was, we had some money that was in some retirement savings plans that you could use it for educational purposes. I'm not sure if it's the same right now, so you'd have to talk to your bank. But we ended up taking money out of our retirement plans in order to pay for it. And then I think we put some on a line of credit as well. Anyway, it wasn't money in the bank. It was debt, which is still money. It was somebody else's. But anyways, so we used credit and I did it right away. And so can you imagine if I had waited a year? Oh no, that 3.3 mil, I wouldn't have been here. We'd be a year behind now. No way. Urgency over hesitation is the law of the universe. Okay, urgency over hesitation. Universe likes speed. Guess what else likes speed? Money. Because an urgent energy comes from what state of being? Okay? When you're running towards your goal, what's your energy? Powerful, certainty, knowing. That's the creative space. If you're hesitant, what's the energy? Okay, fresh look design. Can you tell us your name? I love that you're promoting your business, Fresh Look Design. So I don't know if you're a designer or furniture or maybe branding, marketing. I love that. We'll look it up, but tell us your name, please, because you just signed up for Millionaire. Yeah. Oh, Ainsley. Oh, floral. Okay, I love flowers. Look at this bouquet I got delivered. Flowers are my favorite. I love them. Ainsley, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations, girl. And now you're going to spend some time with me too. Don't be afraid. I'm all love, right? Who's met me in person? You know that I'm the same in person as I am on these Zooms. Yeah, yeah. Joe, it's so good to see you, beautiful. It's so good to see you. Even better in person. Okay, I can accept that belief, Robert. I can accept that belief. I'm even better in person, guys. Yeah. I love what I do. I love this work. I love being in your energies. It is literally living in my purpose. Yeah. Sarah, I met you in Beverly Hills. I remember. Yeah. You guys, so beautiful. I'm so glad you all came. Of course, Colleen, I've met you too. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm holding this belief for myself that I'm going to always be able to connect with each and every one of you in a really, really beautiful, powerful space. And even if it's only, oh, did we lose sound again? Oh, am I back now? We have been having the craziest things happen. The bird yesterday, the muting. Oh, our energy is strong as a collective, you guys. We're going to change the world. You know that, right? Like this right now, being together like this, it's changing the collective. It's sending out a pulse beat, a ripple into the rest of the world. And every single one of you, when you leave this live event and you go out into the world, you are an elevated version of you. You are a version of you that is changing every single person that you interact with through your vibrational state. I want you guys to all know how important you are, how valuable you are in this world. You matter. You matter in a big way. And the more you think you matter and the more important you think you are, the more you will impact things with this work. So I'm sending you all so much love. Yeah, I'm sending you all so much love. Anyways, I want to talk about the law of compensation real quick too, as I'll answer some more questions about the courses too, but I did tell you I wanted to tell you about this, so this is important. So this is identity, right? So not a lot of people teach the law of compensation in this way, but this is the way I see it. So the law of compensation says that you will be compensated based off of 3 things. Okay? So the first thing is how important what you do is. Okay? The second thing is how good you think you are at it. And the third thing is your ability to be replaced. Can you be replaced? If you're easily replaceable, you won't make as much money. You will not be compensated as heavily for what you do if you think you can be replaced. Okay? If you don't think you're very good at it, you won't make as much money. And the work you do has to be really important. But notice the key here, okay? The key here isn't that the world thinks that what you do is important. It's not that the world thinks you're the best, and it's not that the world thinks that you can be replaced. Because there is no judging body. There's no audience sitting here and saying you're a 9 or a 10, like in a beauty queen pageant, okay? The world is merely a reflection of your belief system. So it's all about what you believe to be true. So why would you think you're anything other than an 11, Bree, or a 100 out of 10, right? So this is the key, right? So it's about how important you think you are. So when you think that, not you are, your work is, sorry. So when you think your work is the most important work in the world, you will be compensated more for it. Okay? When you believe you're the best at it. So, this isn't about ego trying to be better than other people. This is you believing you're the best. You're your best. It's actually about believing that you can help people the most, right? So it's like me sitting here and being like, okay, guys, I am a manifestation teacher, but I'm not really the best in the world, so I would go somewhere else. Are you going to be compensated greatly from that belief? No. So for me, it's about, listen, I am the best at teaching manifestation. I am my best, and I will be the best person to be able to help you manifest your dream life. Those are my beliefs, right? But do I think I'm better than any other manifestation teacher out there? Absolutely not. I do not believe that. And do I believe I'm less than any other manifestation teachers? No. I think we are all our best. And we're all doing the same thing anyways. We're helping the collective. So I have a lot of friends and acquaintances that are high-level coaches and teachers out in this world. And I always say I love our combined impact. I love this. So I stay off the competitive plane. I'm in the collaborative plane. But the law of compensation does say, though, that when you believe you are the best at what you do, best in the world, you will be compensated greatly for that belief. And then your ability to be replaced. This is powerful because there's a lot of people in the world, and there's a lot of people that do what you do, no matter what you do. Whether you're a real estate agent, you own a marketing firm, you're a Reiki energy healer, you're a coach or a mentor, you're a nurse, you're a doctor. We have lots of doctors in this work. You're a lawyer. It's so important for you to see your value and worth related to what you do, no matter how many people there are out there doing it. You can't replace me. No, I'm irreplaceable, right? That belief, you will be compensated greatly. Why is that? Because the world pays for resources. The world pays based on urgency and scarcity. So if you just think that you're going to be replaced, people will just go somewhere else, right? So I want every single one of you to believe that the work that you do is the most important work that there is in the world. I want you to believe you're the best at it, and I want you to believe you're irreplaceable. And you will be compensated greatly for that. And guess what? If you believe those three things about yourself, what kind of identity are you in? A really, really empowered state, in self-love, in authenticity, in integrity. And then how are you going to be when you're out there selling your product or your service? You don't even have to try to sell yourself. Your belief system sells it for you, right? So you don't even have to say like, oh, sign up for my course. People are just like, what courses do you have? I'm at a point right now where I actually have people that literally will watch the YouTube channel, call one of my team members, they'll sign up, fill out the form for a call, talk to my team, and we'll sign up for one-on-one coaching or inner circle just like this. What's going on there? They know, and they're okay with knowing. They don't have to second guess it. They don't have to get all in the weeds. And here's the thing too about different levels of individuals, right? And nobody's better than anyone, so I don't want you to think that I'm saying that. But when you are someone that has achieved a certain level of success and a certain level of wealth, the little details don't matter. So like I have a one-on-one client, she's a registered nurse, and we just had a beautiful call, and she signed up for one-on-one coaching, and she didn't even know what she got. She was like, oh, what do I get? I'm like, you get every single one of my courses. You get my whole product suite. She was like, really? Right? So she made a decision from state of being, from desire, from outcome, not from what am I going to be receiving. So that's why I try not to go too in depth with all of you on this call about what exactly is included, how many calls and how many lessons, and because all of that actually is speaking to a version of you that is fear-based, that needs to be convinced. What if you don't need to be convinced? What if you already know? What if that's already your inner knowing system? The desired state is always like, yeah, I already know. Angela, I know you know. I knew you knew the moment you DM'd me on Instagram. Right? Yeah. Yeah. And so to trust that inner knowing, that's your intuition, and that's divine guidance. I always say it like this. People message me and they're like, Kathleen, I don't know what you've done to me, and I don't know what is going on, but when I listen to you, when I hear you, I want to cry. Or when I listen to you and I hear you, I feel inspired. I feel like myself again. It feels like I've met someone that I've known for my whole life, and things like this. And I'm like, I'm a reflection. I'm a reflection of you. It's not about me. No, don't make it about me. I know you guys love me and you think I'm authentic and all that kind of stuff, but I actually want you to see what you're seeing in you, right? So when you see me and you're like, oh, I love her. I love what she's saying. I think she's incredible. I love how confident she is. I love how much she loves herself. I love how authentic she is. I want you to take all of that and just give it right back to you, because that's actually what you're saying. You're talking about you. You're seeing your beauty, your value, your worth, your confidence. The only reason you're confusing it for me is because you've been tricked into thinking that's not true, and that's not real. So what you see in me is in you, or you wouldn't see it in me. I don't see a lot of darkness out in the world anymore. I don't see a lot of evil. I don't see a lot of negativity. I don't see a lot of that. Why? Because it's not in here. It's not in here. My perspective is love. I know you're gonna make me cry, Angela. But the truth is that Angela is reconnecting with the truth of herself. She's remembering. She's remembering. Yeah, it's so beautiful, you guys. This is why we call this a healing journey. I know the the name of the course is called Millionaire, and so it speaks to the part of you that desires that. But the truth is, you're going to remember and connect to your divinity and then become a beautiful divine millionaire, who then is out impacting the world in such a beautiful way, a soft way, a loving way, a caring way. And yes, even men. Millionaire starts the moment you sign up for it, Tara Lee. So right now, right? Yeah, right now, effective immediately. That's why this isn't about waiting. This is about right now, in this present moment. It is the only moment that we have. It is the only moment that we have, is right now, in this moment. And so the decisions that you make right now in this moment, they have a ripple effect about what's going to happen next, right? And it's important. And everything happens for a reason. You manifested this. You manifested me. You manifested what's going to happen next. It's entirely up to you. It's a manifestation. Yeah, you called it in, or it wouldn't be in your experience. But yeah, I was just saying about Men's Millionaire too. We actually have a separate embodiment call for men on, I believe it's Tuesdays, Robert, am I right? Because what we were finding, men manifest a little bit differently, not in the mechanism, but in the way in which they connect in emotionally. Men have been very, very programmed and patterned to see emotion as weakness, vulnerability as weakness. So we've created a safe space on our embodiment calls on Tuesdays where men can share with each other their emotions and vulnerability. So it creates strength. Yeah, not weakness, strength. And we actually have a few men that are in the program right now that are sharing really, really beautifully all of their growth. It's been powerful. So, and usually these men find us through their wives, which I love so much. But yeah, so we do have Men's Millionaire as well. So please don't shy away from that. And we have several men on our team. Diamond Academy is owned by both a man and a woman, myself and Chris Cameron. So we are a beautiful duality of the feminine and the masculine energetics. And what's so cool is like Chris and I was very masculine And so I took on a lot of the masculine stuff in our life. And so now I've shifted a lot into the feminine, and now Chris has moved more into his masculine. He's really stepped into this divine masculine in his own personal life and business life too, and it's really beautiful to watch. So I'm super, super grateful. Casey and Jen, is there anything else that I'm missing that I was supposed to talk about today as we're getting to the end here? I know we're going to do the final song, but if there's anything else, you let me know. Oh, and the homework piece, okay? Because I always want to leave you with work to do as we go through. So there is always action that needs to be taken towards the realization of whatever it is that you desire, right? So if you desire to manifest the love of your life, you have to go out on dates, right? Like, how are you going to manifest the love of your life without going on dates, right? If you want to manifest a baby, you got to have some fun in the bedroom. How are you going to manifest a baby without the fun in the bedroom, right? So it's the same thing with your business. It's the same thing in your life. If you want to manifest more money into your life, you've got to take the action that's going to bring more money into your life. But I want to make sure that we understand that the action is to be done in a certain way. Wallace D. Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich, he says, your thoughts are the magnetic power that bring everything to you. And I see it kind of like this. It draws it all in like this. And your action is what makes you open to receive. Okay? So we're going to have a state of being. Our state of being is going to be empowerment. Our state of being is going to be success. Our state of being is going to be abundance. Our state of being is going to be knowing and certainty. Our state of being is going to be confidence and self-love. And then we take action in that state of being. That dual forces of you moving towards your goal and you drawing it towards you, that's how you quantum leap your life. Yeah. Oh, we had a question about funding. So yes, we do have different ways to help you with funding. So you can pay in full for our courses and our programs upfront, right? So it's like you're purchasing a car off the lot. You get the car and you pay in full for it. We also have in-house payment plan. So what that means is over the course of your time in the program, you can spread it out over the 6 months. You do pay a little bit more, obviously, to spread it out because you're on a payment plan. We also have a third option, which is our funding agency, a third-party funding agency that isn't through us. And so what happens is they will actually fund the program for you. They'll pay us in full. Well, they'll give it to you. You'll send it to us in full, and you will pay them back over 3 to 5 years. And you determine that with them. So it's like financing a car for 5 years, right? So as you're still growing in the 3 to 5 years, because this work isn't just 6 months. You're in our community 6 months. It takes 6 months to get in the program, but this work works for the rest of your life. So over the 3 to 5 years, you paid off faster, but let's say. And this third-party funder too, it doesn't just fund anything. It only funds my courses and programs. I had to prove to them that my courses work. They do not want to fund courses that don't have results, that people don't see success. So I had to send over client testimonials. I had to send proof, pages and pages and pages and pages of proof. So they fund the course specifically. They're not just giving you a loan for anything. They're giving you a loan for this. So it does have to go towards this. Yeah. Anna, I don't know what your question is. How, what? I can answer it if you, there's no, on the checkout landing page, the third-party funder's not on there. You got to go through my team. So Meredith, please talk to my team. I don't know who your, Robert is your manifestation mentor. He'll reach out to you about applying. You apply for the funding. We give you the link, you apply. We don't know your personal information. So we don't know your credit score, your credit history. So don't worry, that's not going to show up for us anywhere. And we're not going to worry about your current credit history because we're creating new credit history. Right? Yeah, okay. I want you to think about where you're going. Think about what's coming, not what is. And how do we know what's coming? Because our crystal ball says so, which is our mind. Yeah. Okay. I think I answered as many of the questions that I possibly could in the chat box, but any other questions, please reach out to the team. Remember, anyone that signs up for Millionaire Modern Mentor Inner Circle today will be in person with me in the new year. So we will do growth in person together. But anybody that signs up for Millionaire Modern Mentor Inner Circle in the next 5 days will get Wealth from Within as well. And those that are doing it today get well from within as well. And Donna and Crystal, I think you guys will still get the bonus because you signed up for it before this offer. So like you signed up for it before today. So that's okay because you just signed up yesterday. So you'll get it too. So anyways, anybody that is enrolling today will spend some time in person with me. Okay. Any other questions before we do this last minute song together? Oh, it's a goodie. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're good. Just talk to the team about any questions. If you have anything that's underlying, just chat with the team. We're here to support you. Oh, the homework. The homework. Yes, this is what I was getting at. So action piece in a state of being. So the homework is, I want you to do one thing from the wealthiest identity of yourself today. Not tomorrow, not the next day, not the next day. Yeah. Yeah, Casey, we have to do the cash giveaway. That's what I've been missing. I've been feeling like there's something we're missing. Like, what am I missing? I never ask that because I'm always just like in a state of flow, but I've been missing that. Casey, can you message me the name, please? Okay, but the homework. So I want you to take action today as your wealthiest version of yourself. Don't take action that you normally take every single day. Okay, so don't go do the same thing. I want you to do something that is outside of what you would normally do. So for those of you that had signed up for the course today, like that would be it. So your homework's done. Yeah, that would be like bam. So whatever it is. It could be where you normally go and you buy a cheap coffee, where you go and buy the most expensive coffee that you can find, the one that you actually want. It could be that you go out for dinner tonight to the most expensive restaurant that you can find in your town, right? It could be that you, what else? Go stay at a hotel. If you're going on a vacation somewhere and you booked a certain hotel, go upgrade it. Go upgrade the hotel. See what I'm getting you to do? Just make a decision from a wealthier version of yourself. Allow yourself to feel the feeling of having, right? Okay, so the winner of the cash. So the cash that I want to give out is actually $1,111. I want to give out $1,100. I want to give it out twice, actually, Casey. So can you send me a second name too, please? Sorry, I've got her doing the like round little circly thing. So I'm going to give away two. So the first $1,111 is going to go to Genevieve Bois Jolie or Bois Jolie. Do I need to use my French accent? Bois Jolie. Hey, I took French immersion, so hopefully I did that okay. Okay, so Genevieve Bois Jolie. Jenna, you gonna clap? I love this. Okay, and then let's get you the second one here. Nancy Pilot. Nancy Pilot is the second one. Jen, you want to clap? 1,111. Okay, so this is what you can do with this. You can take the cash, $1,111, USD, let's specify USD. So the two of you can take that, or you can take the $1,111 and put it towards a course or a program here at Diamond Academy. Okay? So we'll talk about the logistics in the background, but reach out to the member of the team and you can do that. So whichever you desire to do, you can do that. Come from your most empowered version though, when you do that. Mine, I'll put it towards the course. Yes, Kayla, that's right. Okay, let's listen to this final song as we end the day, okay? This song actually came on for me yesterday morning. And I listened to it and I immediately started to cry. And I was like, oh man, what is this song hitting for? Like, what is this about? And I realized that this song was making me emotional because it was actually making me realize my power, my belief system. And I believe that I am one with, right? I am one with the source of all. And so when I talk about God, I don't talk about God as in separate from me. I talk about me as an extension of God. That's the God essence within, is kind of the way I see it. And so this song just for me, it was like, oh man, like I actually have the ability to have whatever I want, be whoever I want, experience whatever I want. And this song just made me feel that way. So thank you everyone for coming on these last 2 days. I will continue to do free events and free value because I want us to impact as many people as we possibly can. So I'm going to forever continue to serve. I want you to know that me and the Diamond Academy team are constant. Okay, so we are always going to be here for you. You'll find your way to us. You'll find your way back to us. I always find that. So we are always going to be here for you. Just know that we can be your source of support until you are your own source of support. We want you to be able to support yourself, but come to us when you need us. Come back to us when you feel called, okay? So I'm sending you all so much love. Congratulations, everyone that's signing up and enrolling. We are going to have a beautiful expansion in our family. We call it the Diamond Academy family. If you're in a course or program with us, we welcome you to our family. So congratulations, welcome everyone. Thank you for giving us space, but most of all, thank you for giving yourself space and giving yourself what it is that your soul is actually calling you for, and for giving yourself the time and the energy and the space to do so. So sending you love. This song that we're gonna play right now, we're gonna end with, is called You Say by Lauren Daigle. Daigle?